Roads Authority, and I have a panel that will guide us in our discussions today. And today we are looking at, the issue of pedestrians crossing, and of course, the issue of vehicles parking for pickup and other matters relating to, road safety. These are two critical issues as far as road safety is concerned, and we are going to deliberate further into, these two critical topics. And tonight, I'm joined on the program by Sidia Sambo, who is the Assistant Accident and Claim Department, General Transport Union. Sidia, good to have you in the program.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
for having me in the program.
I also have Usman Sanyang, who is the Managing Director of the National Roads Authority. Mr. Sanyang, good to have your program once again.
Thank you very much.
And on my immediate left, I have Lamin King Colley, who is the Commissioner of Mobile Traffic Unit. Chief, good to have you in the program.
Thank you. It's a pleasure of having me.
And on my far left, I have Dr. Momodu Gassama, who is a health promotion specialist at the World Health Organization country office. Dr. Gassama, good to have you.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Yes, let me just start with the managing director here of NRA. When you talk about, pedestrians crossing, tell us, what is the purpose of this pedestrian crossing to start with?
Thank you very much, Adio, and thank you again for having us on this program, and thank you for your continued collaboration on this road safety awareness campaign. Battle Harding obviously is this new road we've got here now, and as you can see now, it's being opened gradually, and we've now fixed guardrails on either side of the road, which means for long sections of the road, pedestrians cannot cross safely. So we've started introducing safe crossing places along this road, because pedestrians are important in terms of people who use this road, and they need to be able to cross this road from one side to another, because this road has got residential as well as commercial premises on either side of the road. So for people to be able to move from one side of the road to another, they should be able to cross in safe crossing places, and that's why it's important to have these pedestrian crossing places.
Okay. And what are the types?
Well, at the moment, the one we've got here is an uncontrolled pedestrian crossing. So pedestrian crossings are either controlled or uncontrolled. Uncontrolled being if there was a signal, for example, that allows a phase for the pedestrians to cross. So it will be a red phase for cars to stop, and a green phase, which is a green man, for people to cross. That's a controlled pedestrian crossing, which is signal controlled. Okay. And then you have them in various types. You have one which is they are all named after birds, really. Pelican, zebra, toucan crossing, yeah.
I know the zebra is very popular in the
yeah. So the zebra is the uncontrolled one, but it has a flashing beacon on either side to help guide pedestrians to the locations where they should be crossing. So in the Gambia here, we have an uncontrolled crossing at the moment. So you can see them coming in, and what we've done here, we've been a bit more thoughtful in terms of how we provide this, given the consideration that our drivers are really a different breed of people. So we need to be very careful how we introduce this type of crossing. So we've introduced some safety features like calming the traffic down before it actually reaches this crossing point. And you can see there's a gradual speed reduction from the 70 kilometers to 50 to 30 before they hit some barriers, some sort of cut eyes in the road, which is a speed reduction feature. So when your car hits it, there is a noise, and also it illuminates also at night. And then after that, you hit a road hump, which is what you climb on, again to slow you down before you actually hit the pedestrian crossing itself. So that's what we have in the Gambia at the moment.
Let me now bring in Sidia here. You're from the General Transport Union. How much, are your drivers aware, or how knowledgeable are they regarding some of these, pedestrian crossing, which the MD has just mentioned?
Have already said. Yeah, we make sensitizations in our groups, because we have almost 7 to 8 groups. Okay. We sensitize them. What is the use of pedestrian crossing, and what is the user of the road? Which right did they have on the pedestrian crossing? I think it is timely, and awareness should be continued to sensitize our people to know how can they use the Battle Harding Highway to leave free movement, so that the road user will know how to use the pedestrian. I think it is important, and we do it several times. Go to our pocket garage, knowledge them. How can they use, and what is the sign of pedestrian crossing? If they see it, what is the speed limit over there, so that the user will easily cross the pedestrian.
And Commissioner, I mean, I know your personnel are always on the traffic. I mean, sometimes I wonder, I ask, are we in a state of emergency like that at every checkpoint, time to monitor, I mean, the traffic? From what you have heard from Sambu, do you think that translating that knowledge into practice?
Yeah, very well.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as the emergency officer of the General Transport here, the issue of this Batin Hardin Highway is to educate that road users, both the pedestrians and the vehicle owners, the drivers. But sometimes even with the speed bumps, I do go onto the road unexpectedly and discard myself, stand somewhere. Even with that speed bump controlling the speed, they will come, you will only hear bim and go. Just 2 days ago, a lady hit someone and kills. Just 2 days ago. So the right the vehicles have or the drivers have on that road is the same right that the pedestrians also have. That's why the director of NRA and the ministry, they deem it fit and necessary to build on those pedestrian crossing. And they even cut the first day that I said, wow, what a cut is going on for the first day. I was not happy. Yeah. And I said, because for the kids, if they start from the right, now crossing to the left, the road is very wide. Yeah. They will only come and run, cross. But if the speed bumps, the pavements are there, the moment you run and want to cross to the other, you must stand and relaxed. But I think I know that, you don't just judge things in a negative way always. I say, no, this is very important. Not only the people with physical ability are the only one using this Batin Hardin, but even the disabled, sorry to mention, maybe they may not like the noun, the people on wheelchair may also cross. And then with that the speed on or the pavement on the middle, it will be difficult for them to cross from one side to another. Here, the most important thing is to sensitize. And that's what we are doing. I'm part of the road safety committee that is headed by the director Sanyang, to make sure that we come here, educate people how to use Batin Hardin.
So what are the penalties if one is found, violating this, pedestrian crossing? Because we need to understand they are not just there just to make the road look nice.
The pedestrian crossing you can see, I think, Aliu, we need to sell this to the people. They're just not left like that. Just cut and leave like that. There is a mark, wide marks. Meaning, if you are driving, approaching somebody, trying to cross, the moment the person just stepped his or her foot on that right marks, you should reduce your speed. Allow the person to pass. If you fail to do so, we can get you on dangerous driving.
Okay. Let me now bring in Dr. Gassama here. I know you are very much concerned about the issue of road accidents. We have seen since the construction of this Batin Hardin Highway, we have seen numerous reports of accidents, some even claiming lives. How much do you think this pedestrian crossing, and other measures will help in, reducing, the rate of accidents in the country?
Excellent question. I think I want to concur with the director and King Colleague, and of course my colleague from the Transport Union. You see, it's a very complex phenomenon, and we are dealing with human beings. Even where you have everything convenient for them, they will still find it rough for themselves. See, this is human. This is how we are cultured, whatever. So, what I can see, I have to congratulate the national authorities on this, because, like the director, rumble strip, that one that makes noise, it has been documented. In fact, it has reduced accident in many countries, especially Ghana. Ghana has a very good success story on that. That alone, most of their highways, some of their highways, long distance highway, they put these things, and it has reduced, the rate of speeding, and that multiplies into reducing, road accidents. So it is very good. And now another feature where is the bump, you're still going to reduce. Why is that 30? Because the 30 kilometers is very important. Like we said before, at a car driving at 30 kilometers per hour can kill a person. You have 90% chances of surviving when you are hit by a car traveling at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. So even 30 kilometers per hour is fine, but it's still dangerous. So this is what the pedestrian also need to understand. You know, you don't have to say, okay, like you said, this is my right to cross. Yes, it's your right to cross, but for your own safety. If I see a driver flying, why should I risk my life? And that's why that's something that we need to also factor in. We are all pedestrians. One day or the other, you may not always be in the vehicle. Sometimes you cross. So you have to have critical mindset that speed is a killer. That if that really stinks into your mind, you will be careful in crossing the road.
Earlier on, I mean, Mr. Sambo mentioned that, you know, I mean, they do try to sensitize their members through different WhatsApp group platforms. But on the contrary, you have had Commissioner mentioning sometimes they see, you know, scenarios where drivers don't actually respect, I mean, these safety measures. Are you concerned in any way?
I'm very much concerned.
Like you said, in Ghana, this thing has helped in
the rumble strip,
but the attitude as well.
The mindset.
You can have this thing, but if the attitudes of the people.
I fully agree.
Even if you have King Koli putting at every checkpoint a traffic officer, the police cannot be everywhere.
I fully agree. But that's why this sensitization, this campaign is very necessary and it's very timely. Because people underestimate cars, the power they have, what they can do. You know, like a good example is, like we said, drivers. If you are driving, let's say 50 kilometers per hour, and somebody just suddenly cross, what is the reaction time? What signs? What the available signs is that the driver uses only 1 second to be able to stop. Most of it, but now it has gone. It can be 1.11 or 1.4 seconds. But remember, when you are driving at 50 kilometers per hour, the science surrounding that is, you will be able to, about 14 seconds, your reaction time will increase from 1 second to 14 seconds. And how much space will you? You will go up to 24 meters to stop. And that's only 50 kilometers per hour. So who are you? I had a case, I have to say this. I was crossing this road myself, you know, then these features were not there. And I was with a woman who wanted to cross. And we saw this car coming with that speed. He said, no. I said, I have to hold her hands. See, you don't know so what the speed. You don't know what the speed. You know, they are flying sometimes. But that was the time when these zebra crossings were not there. So you can imagine. So pedestrians ourselves, we should also be mindful of our safety. So critically, we should be thinking about these people are speeding and speed is a killer. Because that also will help shape your behavior on the road.
And back to you, MD. I mean, for example, you got a place where there's this zebra crossing. I mean, what should I do? I want to cross. There's no feature or there's no zebra crossing, like I said earlier on. What should I do?
Well, the thing is, I mean, these zebra crossings are in designated places along the road. And normally when you design these places, you put it along desire lines. At locations where there is maximum generation of pedestrian activities, like schools, hospitals, those kind of things, where they are. So that's normally the design in terms of where you locate these things. So they're located at optimum locations where you have the maximum generation of pedestrian activity. So hopefully we've covered those areas. And normally those are done in consultation with the community also sometimes. And so the locations are quite ideal in terms of where we want people to cross and where the desire is for people to cross to get from one side of the road to the other. But what we've seen at the moment, again, which is quite discouraging also, they've started putting in some bricks and things on the road near the barriers to be able to climb it, which is really very risky. So we ask people to, to walk to these locations where it is safe to cross, and the facilities are there also for you to cross the roads safely. Don't cross at locations which are not safe.
And I mean, in other countries where you have this zebra crossing, there's traffic light. I mean, that controls, when traffic should stop and for people to cross over. Do you have any plans?
Well, the thing is, there is always plans for improvements. I mean, we started with this. Ideally, to be honest with you, in countries where there is this culture of safety already inbuilt. Simple traffic lights in pedestrian crossings, control crossings, as I said, would have solved the problem. Again, these are countries where, again, there is reliable source of power supply and all these things. So you know what it is. We had these lights in different locations where we had traffic lights actually operating. They are all gone out of order at the moment. So you have to rely on those capacity. But again, there are solutions in terms of solar lights and things, which also has some cost and maintenance requirements. But again, we're starting with this, but there's nothing stopping it being controlled. So once we get into the culture of safety and educating our people to also try to understand safety, because really we don't need the police standing at these crossings to control people crossing. It should be self-regulating without the need for police officers in there. Unfortunately, we are not yet there. That's why we started with this and see how it goes. And if it improves, we get to a culture where behaviorally we are all understanding this concept of safety and respect each other on the road. Pedestrians are equally important as vehicle users. So when we get to that place of maturity in terms of our safety culture, we can start introducing some of these features that you're talking about. But yes, they can always be done.
Somewhat nala jama indiwasi kalama olof rek pour ñu jama discuss parce que bu ñëk bi yang ma doon wax ne commencé ngeen di jama waxal ak sen driver yi naka lañu wara behave ci kaw tali bi waaye yan jafe-jafe ngeen nekk di am pour mën a gis ne ñëpp toppandoor li ngeen nekk di wax parce que yaa ngi dégg commissioner King ko li mu doon wax yaa ngi wane yéen a ngi waxaat seen gars yi waaye ñoom ba léegi ñu ngi am ay jafe-jafe ak some of the drivers ne nekkuñ di respect
the rules of the roads. Yeah, loolu is important. Man, I believe ne ñun ñëpp should put our hand together to make sure nit yi understand lan mooy the factor pour nga use yoon boo war a jaal attitudinal changes because man dama gëm ne it start at home because ñun ñëpp si kër leen jóge jàngal suñ doom yi naka la ñoo use tali bi jàngal suñ doom yi suñoo dem school because kuy ñëw speed dafa gaaw brakes liquide la mun naa toj at any time lu ñoo def mooy ne jàngal awea suñ xale yi naka la ñoo cross nit yi foog ñu change seen attitude take ownership of what we have suñ ko defee rek we develop te directeur wax na lu am solo nit yi ñoo war a change seen attitude ñoom seen boor sax keroog ma fa doon def gis naa ku teg bloc pour jaala pavement an loolu correctut yaa ngi gis place boo xam ne mun nga faa jaar easily xamuloo sa boppa nga ne non dama yaakamti dama ñaay lan la war a cost kon ñun ñu ngee dem di interact su suñ driver gis nga tool boo gis o gétta boo gis am na koo xam ne moom yàlla num ko bindeel what along the line we convince them wan leen ne lii soo ko defee yow sa gàllankoor moo si nekk because the life you save may be your own life kon dañ leen dee wax foo leen gis zebra crossing make sure leen either police mu fa police nekku fa yow as a citizen should be your own police officer.
But MD, niya jube afo sura account. I mean, this zebra crossing mo jama ekaje mano kanne. But maybe it's American abeje just broke siloni nyinyande. Mo jama ma respect. Can drive from mo jama je they don't know what the purpose of that zebra crossing. So album money can prokaje drive warning mo man ko ibe sin tamole ye nying safety ni understand kalon nyine mala nafati.
Nying safety campaign nying start le ba on iba fag ale video nyol menga ki science alba jere je nying
imagine you tante kam
ba ke kan in all the languages nyimba languages nyol beldo manike on sura kan fla kan to and in fact nin tata to the next stage is actually mbabola nying CC falto yanne to go to the communities to meet these people. So we meet the pocket garages also, the garage also, meet our school also, because I remember for them kumaya bag. Since dindi yawato meng banu school, we can use safety cool kele in school how to cross the road safety and thing. Balong for bakir and kabi malong, but gondole time over meter.
But the momentary quaker alfati, do be yes. Simple sense.
Exactly. And then the dingon fan candle and yinale because ninge kandale fan kebata okono obe betale. Well, so nying campaign man amam dam follow but finta kara moltre the community holdo and ki educate nyina so definitely fan bijele.
So muna mun nying zebra crossing la kumaya.
Yeah, nyim me kumaya menti drong abe mu hakil to world. Drive on the side ni bina nying approach la nyanda ya approach ya lonko mole ba cross kanyin lado because wala na jani bo frale je fango sign jamal le bije ngele speed follow tala ni ajibe speed limit nying katala from 70 akara 50 akara tansaba then yena nang fana ikana selefen ne kamem fana ngele speed tala so will be move fen kuma ya ani fen ne fen bi yemi ala ko ni lota kan as driver aka kumale ani suto ni tamara ga kumala suto fana ka ya lampo soto. In fact, we can even go to a stage further to have this thing called column me along called flashing beacons on the like go back like all the time. So fenjama lebije aliu, but the memu quote fana namolo really mbelemo. Nimu mbelete because a driver lemo a pedestrian fana ko doctor ya fanya mi fana ndrom. Pedestrian fana ni bina kan. Amanko ko nina tan jerom because several biye ko pedestrian crossing Italy right to them. No. Jubero ke dal do morol men kanana. Because driver do fana je hakilo bukatra je. Ni ba inclusive ala. Mol katra le mobile lol tole bukatra silo jube la. So make sure ye fana yen driver ba nyo jube kan. Iba cross ke ba driver jube kan moneke kan. Abi jube rol la bang. Fa ba fenna jube kan duma bang. Fa ba eta jani ba cross la.
Because dole be kaje ikata dra dula miya nako anin zebra crossing is just 100 meters. But ikata tile pour kata foje. Ikala fika dula just mono cross.
No man koy.
An nyimbe un problem moti.
O man koy. Ibo ke kan fa sayin.
So mar nga king na de kada itole marta luwa nyi ngaje ala molbe dula beto ka mexo ko molie kanta. Bari ngala police wote tatano la dula beto. So luwa e munafo nyi zebra crossing nyi moya violate. Comme ça drive volo ya fo nyamen amen dole be je bu gagné lual noma
ya baraka bake zebra crossing ida pedestriano lowo o drive lowo nin drive yake is insa mutano lua minto wolon dangerous driving ti or even neglect of traffic signboard because zebra crossing mu signboard o leti mimbe traffic o kono so near traffic o neglect womu section 84 leti B of the Motor Traffic Act
and womu gelete nyente fine la gelete
the fine no I cannot remember la no sign but section 84 is the neglecting of the traffic sign
because I know you mastered the whole this
exactly.
So yeah exactly
the fine for it may be open or whatever but I know that is section 84 now ning atra ko hadama dingolom ko child carelessly crossing the road or an adult passing will be wokonol but nin lafta kana min fo jibara crossing na koto ntol dalta minna along dunia ka advance le karangol ka advance le karangol ka renew le na millon nun jang na zebra crossing na akake line nani leti coming ninyin mu line ti min kuntun tan konka min jeteng screen auto janni ka futala line koyo dole ka tarajang woka tandi ko nin moto nata naftata line koyo la mo manyan na ka tambi ko teke because saying moto nyin wolo mansati ite tambila manyana cross la ko teke bayri moto natal faftata nyin line auto nin adama dingo fana nata na dunta nyin line o mimbe tema kono nyin moto tiyo fana manyana tambila wo line dola janni be ftala nyin jibara crossing na so maybe for director saying makoy woto mantra wo je kan nyin sila kuto kan bar nyin sila kotol kan nganna mol karandi walla ngambu jomal karandi walla andum dem ki mbe minna te ngamra wala important mota be lonna bar nim futate kan nke karandi aka ku jamale tala fanga example of ja oil exactly imagine yo ima o line oje so ibaje la ko the moment ni dunta drong akamunta ko sign sinna tamala is the owner of the road is the king moto nyanta lolale yeba to fighta bari nga min je sign kuta malkan olli nyin line kuntungol lebije woni line do tije okay nim futata jani kafta sukuta jaban traffic light wo speed bomb min bije anin crossing dula wo it is fantastic because anin crossing dula drong molbita ay man jam fanyola among even 5 meters bon ne dula dol jibe I jam fata nyolale anu nga man warning light soto pour ka tandi ko nyi molebe nyi dulanto comme dol gambian dal tala nyami yalo nyi musula kutol nga kudol je nyi silo kan nene maje na sila dol kan so wala na lafta nyi karo kelala nunja nyanta kelal jannim binana jang but sai se nyini karo
MD brother I clarify
yes sir
because MD
yeah
similar fano
yeah khamen footing few things le bije I tonya fole o line will make it for them sometimes the minimum line is 2 normally or safety zones yon lemeti when you approach a pedestrian crossing but wolu nyanta sila dal see because même important même kumayata drive wolu dalta menjela nyanta karan la wala so ni ba sila wala le no ko kacha bara to nya fole there are some many safety zones to moise whereby pedestrians from manyana do no kono ni bina safety because you last nyanta cross adaming and it's a minimum line of 2 and a maximum of 7 also but ni ba sila ngol kacha so kumayata fana because leftale it will delta silo use nyaming nga ke wanya
atol be alla ngani yomu clean pour kaji da safety on the road doctor nala fi indi rek yow nga jëm ñu laal tuuti amin ci okay be dar la jang just comme ya fo ñamen amin ye ku tol nati ñi katay kaje silo be ñi ñaari ya line ya draw ya la ñi mu moti mala ko ibora ñomi wala imu tudo ko na pote mañi ci balom sa mira ñi ko ya kaje just pour ka silo ñi ñandi ita la mira loto ita mi da ñi ci accident talaba
Tonyala
especially yemula daji kollo molka BF nyame silo kan
yalong hadaba du ngol ko kolata bag niaje hani alamay nda dul kafriyata mabal sako hadaba din tem suwosi bori nyawanyam fo sala fa busola isi mol kono to dia londola anin keseya barotatina daji koy fali yo bari silolu wala nan ka fuko me moto deda way hakli ma yake jël katu moto ka diamu yene fem fen bar min ka moto borindi problème bolt min fane silo deda wala silo nyanto ya bel kaje harba dum nyanto men ka tami simola moto nyanto a bebeje yo sai
sila ma ko okay
sai men ntol atantol le bul sai nyanto men kaje momo le nyanto ya kanta driver yele nyanto kanta sinna tamalal fana yele nyanto kanta sai ye men fota nyinin karo kum mata bak bari fokuluro e laaje hadba nte min jang gambe jang janni modol be je nyame ko jata bak dolu ka ko moy bari dolu hani yemu ne laaje itakela oto sai ndol be men kanten fonga ala fa bari mota ta re busota mo ka wati fo yani hakilo bula yo sai ñi men yelan ko ye men ka silo kante ye silo ñarandi men ne kaw ye men fuko do la ko silo ñarandi lo don sila ñarando do mante ya nu newol ñin taman silo ka diamu ye ñanta kele ñame ñanta malay bay mota tara silo ka wati silo fanan ka diamu moy na mol ñanta wolo na mek même fo mu sinna tamalalti bang fo mu moto borandi lalti bang fo mu sere be sere rolo kan silo ka diamu yene silo ka taman sero men ka diamu yene iko speed limit mo fo niaje abele ko 70 km wala mu akanta ni ko 30 km akanta bari ka kumo sutiyandi ye men ke silo kan nim nga bula tanoma ni accident betala ba
baraka bake wala mu Dr. Mamadou Gassama health promotion specialist WHO albe QTL jube kan bi mutale pour ka NRL road safety campaign mi wala ka kan silo mol nyanta ka behave nyam silo kan pour ka agency accident mo tala bitani short break la ande nyi mutan ka tanyi be continue
Badiŋol mbayal jiya la silakuto miyalon atelen sama sinin siloti Gambia banko kan battery hardin highway dun atela jamfo mun kilomita muwannin falalati battery hardin highway abe falindiro ke kan tanin nala anin chokinyolo la Gambia banko kan nyin silakuto ay rana baro soto anin fanan silo miyalon abe santo mutol katambani ndamintola bari nibe muna fankan nyin silo la kana nyila ke fantanka olen ku foloti inyonde ke hakiloto min Badiŋol alkana lo silo tema kafo be taxi londila puraye samba nyimum fenneti miyalon amankoy aka trafiko nyin detendile adu motol bukatano nila faka dun taxi la taxi gara so be daminto wala dinkiram miyalon taxi ka lol to ka molsika nyinem fenti miyala tel ko eta pour mobe driver miyalon ika moto borondi adum fane ka lo dinkirato miyalon imanya naka lo daminto ibe alaman lale woto nsakata na silol seneyandi pour mobe la tanko ande
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. For pedestrians, safety begins at the crossing. Use designated pedestrian crossings marked with patterned lines to ensure visibility and safety. Drivers must stop at these designated pedestrian crossings and give priority to people crossing the road.
Viewers, welcome back from that short break. You're watching, your road safety campaign being spearheaded by the National Roads Authority. And today we are looking at the issue of pedestrians crossing and, of course, the issue of pickup. We will discuss that aspect of the program in a moment. Just Janimita break, King, Dr. Gassama, I think Kumasin, William Kulundiro Kumaya. Munamala Kumayati, when it comes to road safety and inka accident watala. The second aspect of the discussion.
Abaraka kulundiro je ni ndola manika ba kangoto wolon ka buso chika ka mo lipa ka dingo kulu ka lipa ka kumbo ni nata bankola luwa to kulundiro wolon ka luwa tamandi mo kan miye luwa nyintinyang particularly silo nyinkan o kulundiro Shinin Karoke coming for drong until police mo institutional to manke revenue institution whereby every now bafala mole ngin nangam lesodo barabi kumaya la pour mol fana ya long barimbe molle karandikam nyin karo min doron fata nyin ya July karo police ya kuluola min la drive kang because manke criminal to the drive kang min la loi violate atata for million killing Willie Tansaba and in Dallas Kemelulu. 1,036,500.
Sidi. No, but commissioner ma seniendi follow. Drive. Is it commercial or private?
Because I don't call you a general transport union. So general transport union, what driver
but don't mandate mom private cove and tolly. Ndol below me no long commercial drivers.
But ngalo imoja ya abekela commercial vehicles.
Commissioner mingo ya long bango sate o any mol siata dawda fo mol yeta je min kungol jaar. That's the society we are. Ndol la ñen generation is so unfortunate. But ntol million ng kungol jara wala siara do bi je ba ko ay bodi ay nalu ay nalu so what we say min ke no ntol kam min ke in our level na president ngo kam min fo mole wolom alka dungal la group sol kono alka mol enlighten ya long luwa e munefo nte I believe as a citizen wolongo hani police ote dam ndemi mu civilian ote I should be a police officer in that ground.
It's your life at the end of the day.
You understand? Sometimes katana man wokan I deal with them. Nika interact le na la police o jamale nyolon. But nka min fo wolonko. Ko be bu ka lipa road. Do bi je ni a explain na rek. Obviously I can understand ne samante nyinkel. But do bi je fo buso chika welcome. Nka min fo wolonko police are not revenue collectors. So kudol bi je fonga maslaha sindo mo use but kudol bi je nte maslaha sindo mo use no. Because do bi je fo ya itandala this is wrong.
That
and
important.
Two wrongs cannot make a right. Sometimes so it will final say more marco no
MD, let's now move to the issue of these drivers pick up Ikalo anywhere Kakamoluta. Are there any designated pickup zones? Drivers Silonda Kamol Sika?
Well, Besilokan.
Okay.
I can see it all over the road at the moment. In fact, Ibijele and we are in fact even trying Pukakafo. Because since I'm in a mid-lateral fango, the drivers union, link also Gambia Transport Services Company, the Bosolo, to look at those things again with them. So and say provide no allocations me along be useless because we kumaya tabakele. Because member ke kan saying is ko yata ni video to nyamin thing. Ibita round about nyum fawde ka low wala fawto ka motor baton.
Kilian, you know.
And also yaje aliumen interest in our fawto is making our infrastructure bill becoming very dysfunctional. By that I mean that flyovers, for example, when you build a flyover, it's for through traffic. By the way, traffic jamata because certainly among cheap purka low. But niento le flyover nyol jube. Imanta use kan. But yalla me atne ka wake. It's because, for example, ni bada Senegal make a airport, ibe kana pasa solta dumale. But they're actually going to the airport. But not rekata ika flyover use kata designated places to either side of the flyover ika mall pick water. Then the flyover you'll walk lale, but busy lale, which means the roundabout which changes direction as to where you are going, ufana free lale. But in more at the moment.
But see the money kara.
Yeah.
Alid last time ko agenda ko Kiliano ta bar albuka woke.
No, director ya nyama bole nyama. I think bala jannin na president ko katamo. Mbe nun tontie bulle to enlighten our drivers. Inyanta kamunike wodulado because ndolbe we are victims. You understand? Mimbi je wolo drive all, we must take ownership, and secondly, first road signs only respect. Because near 20 below to jibe, I think one daily Omari director call le kaitandala inyanta signboard ol kala dami mimbatina mol se dung garaso but mol le hawjata Gambia mobile hawjata ebe mimfola ni dunta garaso kono moto ka time delay. So the best thing kalu roundabout or ka moto pick and the police invite laje that what I alone no stop zone let them take the law because
but see there banko dolbe gay. I mean you don't have police officers everywhere. People respect the rules. Or is it that Almanian science or understand?
No, nga understand. Yalo mimbije wolo no mimbije wolongo. Hadama dingole kungo jar and secondly moma millong na nada purka loje pura ya understand abe time letal for ya karandal gradually I understand what is the dangers na lota wodlad. But try kanne to enlighten our drivers. Inyanta picking killer dami manyana picking killer. But Gambia no in general wale hawjata. Because ika moljele motoje garas okon instead of you doing garas ika low bantale ka motobat.
But doctor, are you not surprised that moment ala ko itata yet testing ke you get your driving license? We expect you should know all these signs.
Wonyanta kala. Bala na ngamera be police wala jayla ni ngal drive wala fa kanyolu molu hakilolu yiriwandi.
Doctor ila micro.
Alsi mol hakilolu yiro al memen kal ba kumata bak. Bar comme ngam foto yemen nginin kata kumata. Bare hadaba dingo munat na mo fombe ibe manya menka munene bakela alo ni woni nginin ka fen jamal hadaba kunna tol hadaba dingo le ko ka ko yata bag sa kon tol le jang nde fanan kundu no memem fole police wolo mbe fananga men experience woni silanka o jama nenda buda subaro don kata office bare mbe bruce bil bani dara to tembul la je ton tebul ton te fonka molje drive wol be lori mo blind imagine lolo dame ka passage wol tan ngo jël signa jama ngadu fongo ja bodna GNPC bodna nge ay chanso sang fa ay gas wala samba amantenten amuta na mbak nga chocho kuma na maja alaftan nen alfa comme kay men si fa fute
in discipline.
Yes.
Ka police tije woto say nyimu kulata ma kulata bak police obe je watije molu mang ke fan kanta wo mu problem bati mbangu kanja ngolu mo mune kubal wala nan ka inclure men foten iba kamba la fa kendek ni diamuta do ke nen fa i diamuta we ka bulele mo jama inte nan silan kanja ma an kata junal bari ke nyaka bari ke yamala don fana ka yamaro do mal ko di bayi ko so samba be daloto bari ta forsa ay mi
but commissioner is there any time limits comme ça ñi lepta ka lo ka passenger ta is there a time limit ñenta ka men spend at that spot and don't find is it advisable to park your vehicle where it's just broke a passenger car? Because sometimes
no, there are designated area called director ya for Nyaming. Go commercial vehicle or any other private vehicle here is for stopping. That is temporal. This is a highway. Here is for stopping. That means coming for. Ibe lolale ye clear no chika inaita. O ye lo ye clear no jindi without wasting more time inaita. but ni lota fananka wala for under section 84 neglect of traffic sign. Ite nyanta lole traffic ko jidite bi je jite moto kono fong drive o jita moto ko nabe clear nyinola. Be yundum. Ni ma ke stopping tika foka mojin. Wo sifalu ni ajibe motol min kata Senegambia kata nyindulanto iba jale talatale. Ninga mi muta nkela chabo busilale nga police commanding nge commanding koy escort nanto mobile momo futata je nke fadi wili lululela walante wili tang because luako leaving a motor vehicle on a public highway under section 65 is a fine not more than 50,000 not less than 15,000 lua bije mi alon ka kolet in default 10 years imprisonment. But every day, comme nyinka minfo, ike tara jele. Every day, ike tara jele. Bricho fele. Silanding, comme nyimu bricho leti. Motobe jila na nyin silandi yena yeloja. Nyimimbe jila na bricho tabe kala nyadi. Nka obe jile.
Dangerous driver.
Anu akaminfo police le tara je. Nte tarla no abeto. Nka minfo one senior officer in Kolnkaiko, we cannot be a polls. Did like polls. Posting police officers along the road, coming for Euro. Do you know how many police officers are performing duties on this Batin Hiding Highway every day? 62. Different from the station ones, permanent ones. We have 15 in 3 vehicles, this patrol vehicle, 5. 5 by 3, that's 15.
Allah patrol,
5 by 3, that is 15. 5, that's 15. 15 by 3, because morning, afternoon, and night. 15 by 3, that's 45. You have the motorcycles, 5 motorbicycles at a different locations for morning, afternoon, and night. That's 15, that's almost 60. Then at 7 o'clock, you have an ASP plus a chief inspector monitoring for Fanoeke every day. We know it is our duty. But nyimba nyim chilobe nyami, nyulbe la dokolaji, ning atara konga jikolta, komi nyeminfo. Ajata wo police wole tara silo kamba.
Definitely.
And wataro kana nakuma kundu. Wataro is very important because January, February, wato police wol mantaji mo muang anin say wole fara. Yin silo. Janning police wol bina. Woketa kabring ablay sanya na time mo janning on culture bina as IG. Then in nata ideal fine kam police like a dew accidental than NRA min kasilo dada than any other person because we are to protect life and property. We cannot be sitting and seeing our people dying.
But MD, are you also not worried? I mean, kode jama wala dunta nying sila dadato. But in kaya sabe damen to accident koma sita ebe polo makan lampol betinyakan. I mean,
I'm definitely.
Is
Bifa Wasaba?
Well, we are very concerned. We are very concerned.
Yes.
And in fact, we are talking about this at the very highest level of government.
Nice.
And really, very soon, inshallah, with their support, they are very concerned also. The executive is very concerned. These pools, you know how much they cost?
Yeah.
$400,000 is each. Up to about a month ago or 1.5 months ago, 13 pools you all knocked down. In the last 2 weeks, I think there was an extra 6 pools. Yeah. So we're talking about 20-something to 30 poles down already. But with this rate, they'll finish our poles.
So what do you think, Doctor, what do you think should happen to these people who just go around, I mean, destroying this infrastructure?
You know, that's why when you look at road safety, I mean, there are the triple E's, you see, when we mention here. You have to educate, but you don't always stop at education. You also have to enforce, and of course the engineering. These all come together to change that behavior that we are talking about. You can give me the knowledge, the skills, whatever, but I will not apply it. But if I fear that there is a serious penalty, because I mean this penalty that he's talking about has been documented over and over, that enforcement of laws, traffic laws, full enforcement can have reduced road traffic crashes many quarters, especially in developing countries.
Well, if you are watching the program and you want to call in to share your views, ask questions, you can call 5050505, 5050505 if you want to be part of the program, or any of the numbers you are seeing on your screens. You can call and just share with us your views and contributions as far as the issue of road safety is concerned. Sidia, Yeah, my
director MDM. It's a concern. Even be mba discuss in our office.
Silo me ala kani 2 years
among pare follow. But ndaka min for all ko attitudinal change for mulle daji kol fali.
But for how long still be talking about attitudinal change?
But mol kabo suwol le kono. Mol kabo suwol le kono. Mol moma wula ta siloka. Mol kabo suwol le kono. Then fonga kuluro murundi nang. Yeah,
also, is it about the system? People think they can do whatever they want and nothing will come out of it. So when you are driving,
democracy misuse. At the end of the day, what is democracy? So more money mean the other. But we are doing a lot to sensitize our drivers how to use these roads. And also, because we are there to advocate people. But it is
sorry, I understand there's a caller on the line. Hello, caller. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Jama rekay.
Malla Usman.
The caller fan.
Maya caller Welingara.
Wa Usman lo am pour yokk ci programme bi.
Man lima so joge Airport Johnson.
Wow.
Bala nga aga bridge.
Wow.
So you watch on your nga watch kenen kuy dem defa continue ek bridge.
Wow.
Wa da gis van driver dañu ñew. Be testil bi do mëna li da meli kuy egat bridge bi.
Okay.
Nga do am mëna bena right.
Okay.
Pomo every time problem. Last time dem na ma wa police bu fa nek.
Wow.
So mané ko né van driver kunde ebe clear. dañ day ñëw ba jege lifin bi foo amee doo mën a lifin fale da ngaa mel ni kuy eggaat bridge bi nga door a wàcce ba bridge bi kenn waru koo jege at least da nga war a bàyyi distance boo xam ne kuy romba kuy wàcca mun na moo wàcce easily kuy egg mun na moo egg easily fekk kenn du am problème
jërëjëf Ousmane.
Okay, man.
Aliyama for is the same thing that we are talking about.
Mimbije wolonko na signboard so loje. Fomole daji kol falling.
Signboard ol bije.
Fomole daji kol falling.
Signboard ol bije la be maxing X signboard ol bije ko nyantalo la 50 meters away from the bridge. Mol bikata.
Molle nyante daji kol falling.
Sorry, I understand that's another caller. Hello caller, what's your name and where are you calling us from? Hello caller. Hello caller. Wow, definitely no caller loosely. Yes, Dr. Aning.
Même photo ñinem akunna tola mbe kachal kelale mbe menkante kamuli yamari mbe menkante bari jiko hada bandingo jiko ko faling wonde bi kliklim futi bari foye kululo laje kuluro foye keje kuluro man ka komen kata kamo busadron bari why min ko do ngam
we have our last caller. Hello caller, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, Sar from Lamen.
Okay, Sar,
I mean, man suma contribution neka moy.
Wow.
Foog na dañ wara yoka police presence ci tali bi.
Okay.
Police presence ñun suñ police presence nuñ ko dé défé moy traffic police bi taxaw. Tali bi dugal nañ sa xaalis bu bari boo xam ne it's not only police bi taxaw. Nañ def ay moto so defaulté we go after you. We arrest you and the law take its course. That's it. That's my contribution.
Okay. Jërëjëf Sarr. I mean,
waaw si affaire law bi tamit lu moo wax dañ war a bàyyi suñ xel ne traffic laws are not criminal laws. Lii moo yaaxa suñ laws yi. All offenses on the traffic are all miscellaneous. They are fines. In default, then you go in prisons. And then most of those laws, when we are enforcing, we make sure that we find them. And when we find them, they pay. Again, you leave them, they go and do anything, you find them. There is no law that says when an offense is committed directly, you send the person to prison. So these are some of the, that's why sometimes when I said, attitudes are changing, people are not behaving. We must also change our laws, let them go in line with the present generations.
Because sometimes the other day I was going to Senegambia, Janika for a roundabout. I found your men there, you console alone the Manokang. Muna a console londi manokam because dolka for silo in front of bakele. So why should you put the cons there?
No, a console will loan them for their own protection. In 2022, 3 of my police officers were killed on the highway, performing duties in uniform. So the way and the manner the vehicles are flying on this road, if they are not protected, just to go and stand there, they will kill them. Some they can even be knocked, particularly at night. They can kill them and nobody will see the
I mean, to avoid that, MD, it's important for the traffic lights along this Badlanding Highway. Maybe what's the traffic control now?
Well, the thing is, attitude. Even traffic lights, some people violate it also. What I'm calling. And again, from our experience of traffic lights, but it be a matter of time. Cameras will canon. Will canon definitely. Cameras will.
We put speed limits on the highways to prevent accidents.
Yes.
Speed limits if you violate the speed limit,
speed limits will be and cameras will be and it's going to be automated also. All plans will be for battle harding because new infrastructures are certainly among cheap. So well, that's a must for you also to enforce also to help the police. Because police will they should not know forever. At some point we should have a system which is high tech. People can detect, and also we'll be able to detect and send fines to them, automated, so that it's a Joe. Nima Joe, the police will take their course.
In other countries, you wouldn't even see the police
standing on the highway.
No. Because you like killing dorong, observing the flow of traffic, enjoying the traffic.
Everything is CCTV controlled in a central position, and no plans will be stored.
I think for me it's important. Often that not more police will blame, but I don't think we can blame the police because it If you're driving going to Garasama, come on.
But I remember Fanango Kumayata back, Lumdon Wahitam Commissioner Kuli. The enforcement will have an important drop to deter people from the business. So there should be punishments as well.
Oh, yes.
There should be punishment. I know these conversations will continue because it's a topical issue as far as this country is concerned. A small country as ours, registering this number of road accidents, I think, stringent measures must be taken. I think this campaign is part of efforts to ensure, we are able to reduce the rate of road accidents in the country. Gentlemen, it was good to have in the program. Like I said, Sidia Sambu, who is the Assistant Accident and Claim Department, General Transport Union. It was good to have you in the program. Abaraka Bake. Managing Director, National Roads Authority, Usman Sanyang. Abaraka Bake for coming on the program. Lamin King Colley, who is the Commissioner of Mobile Traffic Unit, and Dr. Mamadou Gassama, Health Promotion Specialist at WHO Country Office. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the coming on the program. Do join us next Wednesday. Until then, bye bye from me, Alusis, and the entire production team, and then stay safe while you drive.